Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. My name is Nazar Sayed and I am a writer trying to write poetry in my car. Now I'm making this video because I just had some inspiration strike and I wanted to do some sort of outdoor poetry exercise. I love the weather today. It's very misty, very hazy, very wet, and that's kind of my favorite weather. That's why I feel like I should live in the UK, but that's a whole other thing. So my idea is to write 5 poems today based on whatever I'm feeling, whatever inspiration strikes while I'm on my drive. Now I've brought my writing journal and my pen with me. Whenever inspiration strikes, I'll pull over, I'll write down whatever's coming in, and then I will share the experience with you guys. Alright, so we've made our first stop here. I usually drive in the back regions here in the outskirts of Toronto. It just helps me think. It's the open road. I can put on a good podcast. Today I was listening to some nice music. The first inspiration has struck, so we've pulled over and let's write. So the title, I think, is going to be The Road. I just finished The Road by Cormac McCarthy, and I've been driving on the road for the past 20 minutes now, and I feel like that's the inspiration that I'm going to go with. I feel like there's some calling to that imagery. Let's see what comes out. So I have like my first main thought. The road leads straight, then curves like the bends in my thoughts or the creases in your smile. That's a good premise to start with, but there is something that I want to say at the end, sort of like the punchline. I'm juxtaposing the road with my thoughts that are twisted and her smile, which is pretty. So twisted thoughts, pretty smile. What do we got for that? I think this is a good way to end it. I wish to stay on course. For all my twisted thoughts, only your smile can save me. Clearly this is about my wife, so I'll put a little W there so I can show it to her later. I think this is a good starting point. We need to write a couple more poems. This is a good complete poem, finished thoughts, straight out from the road, straight road inspiration, and I like it. I think it's a good place to start. One poem in and I'm already looking for a coffee break. We might have to stop and get coffee on the way as well. But that's basically how my thought process works when I'm writing. I have an idea, I expand on it, and for the most part, I just try to let the words come out as they are and then edit later. This is gonna be an interesting challenge. Maybe I'll constrain myself with the drive-through and write a poem while I'm waiting for my coffee. I think that'll be an interesting challenge. The point of this exercise is to write for my new book. I've already written a couple and they have different themes, and this one specifically has the theme of love. I'm dedicating it to my wife, so it has to be love, and that's what's naturally coming out as well. So I'm really appreciating these challenges because they feel very intuitive to me, and they're really working at my strengths here. So we're waiting in the line. I'm gonna write about my wife. This one's gonna be called The Coffee. The guy's already ahead. Right now we have the titles, that's good. Hi, can I get a medium iced coffee with extra base?
Okay.
Alright, so we're back in line, we're waiting, and I have my first line. Like the kick in coffee, the morning jolts into view. Let's start with that. Thank you. We're gonna finish, this is gonna be a couplet. Like the kick in coffee, the morning jolts into view. My dreams shatter. Ooh, this is good. Like the kick in coffee, the morning jolts into view. My dreams shatter when I see your face, as all of them come true. That's good, that's good. Tim Hortons? I guess I owe Tim Hortons for this one. I remember my friend Farhan Yusuf, who's also a very accomplished poet himself, told me that he wrote a poetry collection to propose to his wife. By that time, I had already proposed to my wife and we were already engaged to get married. So I feel like this is a good way to honor my wife and the love that we share. This third book that I'm writing is my favorite one yet, and As you can see, I'm very excited to put all my thoughts and emotions onto paper so I can present it to my wife. I just got another idea. I just pulled over. You guys are right now in the passenger seat, which is empty. There's a thought. I have feelings about that. Let's talk about that. So the passenger seat is empty, and I think this is a good way to continue with the Cormac McCarthy theme, just because I just finished The Road and I just bought The Passenger, which is his final novel, allegedly. So that's a good one. We'll call it this one The Passenger. Alright, so this one turned out to be a little bit darker than I thought, but hey, it's how I was feeling, so why not? It goes something like this. Your space is filled with emptiness or friends. I consider you guys friends, so that's why I put you guys in the poem. Your space filled with emptiness or friends. Your memories float as the vessel turns. You know, the car turns. And I find myself stuck at all my wrongs. Come soon to pull me out from my own self. I like it. It feels like a little bit of a cry for help. Onwards and upwards, my friends. Okay, I feel like I've driven quite north and I'm right now in the middle of nowhere. There's country fields all around. There's a lot of snow, some hills as well. I feel like this is a good place to write my fourth and maybe my fifth poem as well. I feel very inspired by just the vastness of it all. So lo and behold, my camera did just crash. So we're just gonna finish the last part of this video on my phone. We're just talking about the fourth and fifth poem that we're gonna write. I named it The Space. It's because of the vastness of everything. I feel like that's a good place to start. I'm just trying to think what I want to write about it. Do I miss the space? Do I want the space to be filled? Just thinking out loud here. There's no correct answer to this. It's just the way that the inspiration goes and the muse takes me. Another sad one, I'm afraid. It's called The Space. It goes like this. The cornfields dipped in velvet snow. Skies are gray, the grass is gold. The longing tastes like mud and stone. I wish you'd come so I'd be home. I crossed out go home to be home because I feel like home is where the heart is, and you know, obviously if I'm away from my wife, I'm missing her, and even if I am home, it doesn't feel like home. That's a good allegory. I'll stick with that one. This is a good one. So far, we're 4 out of 4, I believe. I think this is my favorite one that we wrote today. Called The Love. 2-lane highways, one-way roads. Across the meadows a flower grows. When all is said and all is done, the love we brought will light the sun. I mean, that's kind of the gist of this whole experiment, is the 2-lane highways, the one-way roads, the only way forward is forward. Damn, I didn't expect to be that deep in a YouTube video, but here we go. I feel like I'm pretty sure I'm going to use all 5 of these poems. They're quality poems. They're coming from straight from the heart. I didn't know I'd dive as deep as I did into myself to write these. I thought this was going to be one of those casual videos, but I actually genuinely really like these poems. A little bit of tweaking, a little bit of editing. You know, you can always fine tune and refine these things, but the gist is there. And I really, really think that these are all usable, and not only, but these are really nice. Now, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing, sharing this with your friends. If you'd like to know more about my writing and my book, there's always links down below. You can check out my previous poems. You can check out my forthcoming book that's probably going to come out this summer. An experiment like this goes a long way. So if you guys appreciated it, if you guys liked it, leave a like. I'll keep doing these. I had a lot of fun. See you guys in the next video. Take care.